Hello again, possible one. I'm excited that you could join me today to further explore this topic of motivation. I talked about motivation and the types in the last video. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the process of motivation and some of the actions that hinder the process of motivation. That is what I'm going to talk about today. So before I go on, please, this will be a great place for you to pause, subscribe, like, and share our page and channel with your friends, your enemies, your loved ones, and everybody. Please remember to press the notification button as well. I also want to thank you very much for constantly and consistently sharing and liking the videos. Because of people like you, the videos are reaching other people. So thank you. It's really appreciated. Thank you. So now, motivation flows through your brain in a three-phase process. The first is mapping or routing planning. This is where the brain maps out the trip to your final destination, that is your goal. Routing planning is done in the front half of the brain, where structures such as the orbital frontal cortex, the amygdala, and striatum get busy by evaluating and juggling information. They sift through all of the would-be objectives to see which are the most beneficial, and then weigh all the potential risks and calculate all the possible outcomes until they lock in on the best goal under the circumstance. Now, the next phase, once the structures fix on a goal, is the rev stage. At this stage, the destination goal has been entered into your neural GPS, and now you turn the key, adjust the mirrors, and give the engine some revving. So now things are starting to take place. Now here, the neurotransmitter dopamine plays a key role in providing the urge to do something. And it does that through key neural pathways joining structures in the midbrain. As the brain looks at the anticipated reward that is associated with the outcome, it is motivated and the regions kick into gear, with the limbic system joining the efforts of the prefrontal cortex to move you from intention into action. Then we go into the third phase, which is the drive phase. Now you have your GPS set, your brain has been given the necessary protein required to function. The rubber then hits the road for action. Now this does not mean using the energy that has been taken to cruise around aimlessly, but moving in a specific goal-oriented direction. This momentum is sustained with help from all the regions of the brain involved in the action, from the front right to the middle section. Everybody is getting into that. So anytime you form new goals, you begin the motivational cycle all over again. It can happen in a matter of seconds, or over a long period of time, or anywhere in between. Remember that in the process of reaching a goal, you may bounce back and forth between routing, planning, and rev as many times before there is enough energy in the brain to complete the journey. But you have to go through the full map, rev, drive sequence in order to meet your objectives. This is true for any goal in life, no matter the size or its importance. This is true. So people with average mental strength often tend to stall out somewhere along the route, whereas people with high mental strength cycle through the motivational loop again and again in order to achieve their goals. Mental strength is something you can develop. You can check out our videos on mental training for optimum performance. You see, champions are not born. And the only way you can emerge as a champion is to work on your present situation and get there. Now, how do I stay motivated? The first thing is to increase your mental strength. Then simply and focus your energy on breaking large goals into smaller steps so you do not get overwhelmed. For example, if your goal is to read a book a month, first get a book, then divide the total pages of the total by the days of the month, say 28 or 30 or 31, and then focus on reading the number of pages each day. And by the end of the month, you would have read the book. Manage your expectations. Do not go with highest outcome. Always be conservative. That way you achieve the goal. It will spur you on to attempt others. Then also surrender yourself with supportive people. You need that support system. No one is an island of his or her own. But stay away from people that know all about what you should do more than you do yourself. They are always telling you to do it. Now ask for help if need be. Tap into the human resources available to you. Practice gratitude. Be grateful for your life and for every moment you have to develop yourself. And also impact your generation. Get enough rest, for your brain needs time to rejuvenate as well as your body. Give them that time to rejuvenate. And then celebrate achievement. Congratulate yourself. Treat yourself for your little achievement. Do not be overly exuberant with your celebration, but give yourself small treats here and there to get you going. Now, what are some of the actions that you can do to reduce or impede motivation or short-circuit the process? Now, when there are abundant choices, this is when you create too many choices, it overwhelms you and invariably utilizes some of the energy on unnecessary issues. Then also there's the fear of failure. This has been the bane of many from taking actions towards their goal. Failure is not a bad thing. Actually, it is a fertilizer for success. Now, John Maxwell has a great book on a failure entitled Failing Forward, which I'll recommend for you to read. There's also fear of success. Now, it is true, though some people are afraid of success because of their inability to handle the reward that comes with it. There's also lack of clarity can also block this thing. When your goals are not clear, it is impossible for the brain to go through the three processes. Then also exhaustion. This is why you need to rest, as talked about earlier. Then there is comparison. Each person is different. Paul tells us that those who compare themselves with one another are not wise. In 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 12. Then also excuses. Know that the excuses you give for being the way you are the reasons you are the way you are. Then boredom. Always create excitement at every stage of the goal that will keep you or your brain always fired up. So always create excitement. Well, I trust that from now you will endeavor to keep yourself motivated. In the next video, I'll be talking about focus. And so before I sign off, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and page. Also, please click the notification button. Until the next video, this is your guide and coach, Dugan, telling you all things are possible to him that believes, and there is hope for your future.